Wait a moment. I and my co-author are developing a holistic learning theory, and we presented a part of our theory last year. And this time we are going to focus. Last time we presented the 4 cognitive steps that shared by all humans, and now we focus on the second, and the third steps, which are most underemphasized. This is the outline. I will first overview these 4 steps and then emphasize the importance of the step 2 and step 3, and then provide some real-world cases that highlighting the significance of these steps in education. Although I teach in a medical school, but I feel what we address actually apply to general education. First of all, we consider learning takes place in 2 layers. Psychologists may have more layers of mind, but that need to be proved by science. However, conscious level and unconscious level have been widely accepted. And these 2 levels both participate in the learning process, and we highlighted here receiving information, processing information, respond to the information, and form and retrieve memory. So these are the common cognitive steps we all share. And our highlights is these step 2 and 3. Think about our experience. If we feel a pleasant emotion, we try to seek the stimulation. If we feel a stimulation is unpleasant, we try to avoid it. If a stimulus is not emotion charged, our brain tend to ignore it. And these are the function of our limbic system. Limbic system is most of the structures in the limbic system is the subcortical structures, not our cortex. And we call these spontaneous information processing and responding 3 option animal logic. And that's the limbic system. It's always seek for the short-term satisfaction. However, at this higher level, we have our cortex and the rational brain. So these is a highlight of the 4 cognitive steps. Next, I want to emphasize that's the same thing, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. And I want to emphasize the interaction between these 2 levels. From the lower level, there's signals report to the higher level. There are neural modalities that convey message from the low level of each step, report to the higher brain structure. But from the higher level brain, it sends signals to modulate the functions at the lower level. We all have the experience, for example, if like I feel the a pizza is so delicious, my limbic system drives to eat more, but my rational brain would check, wait, I have a concern of being overweighted. So I decide not to pursue to eat more. See, the higher level can make a decision to follow the limbic system's preference or override it, deny it, and make a new decision seeking for the long-term achievements. Another example is that athlete training that require people to overcome those ordeals to be able to achieve high, not completely, people cannot stay in their comfortable zone. That's the limbic system you really want to do. So we emphasize these 2 layers of interactions. Both layers, their power is big. And then we want to address these interactions are very much ignored in current education. Let me give you the first case, how to face the failure of an exam. A student who, when when the final exam approached, he had not explored my content yet. And he was so flustered, so overwhelmed, and so stressful, and in a very awkward situation. And then I sent him email. I told him come to my office and I can explain to you that save you time. If I write if I answer his questions via email, that will be very long. But he had no response. And then I follow up him, and he told me, "Thank you so much, Dr. Kuang. I apologize for not responding." And he just told me he did not perform well, and he was even more stressed for the final exam. So I play his mental state at this lower level, bluish level. And after knowing his situation, I replied him, and see, this is what he replied. Wow, I was not able to see. Okay. Wow, thank you so much, blah, blah, blah. And I can do even better on the next midterm. This means, see, my email tried to stimulate his rational brain to function well and suppress the limbic system's natural tendency. It's a negative emotion. So because I have such a good effect, so I asked his permission. Is that okay? I publish our email communication that may benefit more students. He agreed. So I published a very short article. If you just search my name and search the medical teacher, you will find my article very short. So this is an example that students have a big power to use their rational brain, but they usually may be easily kidnapped by the emotional brain. So this is one example. Another example I want to share is that how to receive criticism, because after I enjoyed my current university, we frequently get this type of training, how to receive criticism. And I noticed that neuroscientists say that because our brain are protective of us, they view criticism as a threat to our survival and go out of their way to make sure we always feel like we are in the right. When I read this, I feel that's completely wrong, because this is from psychologists. They consider this is our limbic system's function. The rational brain, the cortex function, is completely ignored in this remark. Therefore, I put it, see, this lower level is emphasized, the upper level is ignored. That's the situation. This is from the internet. And I also searched a lot of how to receive criticism, the training, the advice, and our own training material. These are the general advice. Anticipate, listen carefully. Yes, that's good. Empathize with your critiques. I'll comment that later. The other comments is advice is remain adult. This tells adults are unable to remain adult when facing criticism. Keep calm, indicating adults are unable to keep calm when facing criticism. Give yourself a confidence boost. These are all self-deceptive, but these are the so common advice everywhere. Confidence isn't something one can just boost at will, be inflated in a moment, be artificially or instantly heightened just by deciding to do so. It's deeply rooted in our experience and competency, a lot of other factors. That's why I think these are ineffective advice. And if adults are remaining this way, it's not the adults need to emphasize with
5 minutes
their
left.
critic. Okay, it's not they need to emphasize. It is that adults is worthy of sympathy. So that's the logic. But what should be the true teaching? It's here. I put it higher, see, higher than this level. That is be wary, cautious when praised, and be glad when criticized, or be unmoved by either praise or criticism. This is Confucius' teaching starting from age 3. If this teaching, this value can be embedded, can be taught, this is composed as a simple, catchy rhymes. Young children can easily memorize and recite. If this value is deeply rooted in their mind, when they become adults, when when they face criticism, when their limbic system has a negative defensive reaction, this teaching will function and try to deny the natural animal response and be adult, keep calm. And there's no need to boost the confidence. So I feel this is everywhere so prevalent. And we also have published an article. And if you search my name, search this journal, Medical Science Educator, you will find our article. So basically, we want to address the step 2 and step 3 of the common cognitive process is very much underemphasized. And I think educators should get familiar with the nature of the human cognition and be highly aware this under appreciated 2 steps and know how to help students to elevate, to broaden students' vision and unlock their wisdom, to try to promote them to use their rational brain and for the long-term achievements. So these are my take-home messages. Any questions?